Okay, this is one of those mornings. You got a whole day set up. Oh my goodness, I can't do anything. Calm yourself for even as much of the class as you can and go with me in this mobility session, okay? So, with that said, I'm barefooted. Absolutely. I will keep encouraging you that unless you're in an acute plantar fasciitis, Achilles tendonitis, etc., go do a session like this barefooted if possible. Now, I stepped up on that pad barefooted today, and you may notice too, whenever that I'm standing, I don't know how much, sometimes it's hard to see exactly what I'm doing, but when I'm standing here, especially flat-footed like this, you might make the observation that in fact, one of my hips is lower than the other. It is. So, working barefooted, I have to be conscious of always keeping my knees soft. Don't lock them. If you do lock them, it's just a momentary thing. So as I step and I start to warm up for this mobility session, I'm going to do it a little differently, but I'm going to step over and back, and I have my little pole. I have a chair. And in trying to get mobile, a lot of times, especially when you're like really thinking, oh, I don't have time, you know what you do? You might do some big moves, which we're going to today, but you totally forget about your foot. It starts at your foot, y'all. So as I'm doing this little step over, and I have my hands placed on a bar, on a chair, on a wall, I still am lining up, and I'm especially remembering to keep my shoulders down. Because when you start getting hurried and you start thinking, oh, I don't have time to do all that little stuff, let me do some big stuff, that's what will get us into trouble. Especially if you have issues with fibromyalgia, osteoporosis, replaced joints, arthritic conditions. I know I might have hit one of yours. So see what I'm doing? My shoulders are down. I don't want any out of balance reactions. What do I mean by that? When you lose your balance, even stepping over a simple little balance pad, if you're not having your hand on a pole, on a chair, a lot of times it will surprise you, because I'm on a very compromising, meaning spongy, surface. I'm doing repeated stepping over and back. And when I go back, I go from the ball of the foot into the heel. And I'm doing this very gently because I'm barefooted. I'm doing this as if I had plantar fasciitis and I'm trying to wake up my feet. I'm doing this as if I might have an Achilles tendonitis, but I'm still wanting to push a little barefoot positioning. Okay, so let me go back to why I even started down this. When you do this kind of a thing that we're doing and you don't have your hands on a stabilizing surface, that very squishy surface is going to throw you sooner or later. It's not a matter of if. You're going to overbalance or underbalance somewhere on your foot. Maybe a little to the outside edge, to the inside edge. And when you do that, what do? You have an out of balance reaction, a jerk, if you will. You grab something, you act like you start to panic because we've all been there. Okay. When you do that, your whole body tenses. I know. I know. I'm trying to get you to warm up and to not have that reaction. So all of this is to help you understand that when you do that, when you almost fall or you pull yourself back from a fall, yes, still you're going to be, don't be surprised if you're going to be, wow, the next day or even later that day, a little stiff, a little sore. Yeah, that's because of that tensing. I'm going to fall. Yeah, that. Drop your shoulders. Take a breath. You can do that. Okay, now I did a steady state over and back, right? I'm pushing down here. I'm pushing down here, not hard. I just have my hand there. Now see, as I come down right there, and I don't know, whichever foot is, or knee or hip or whatever side of your back is giving you an issue, put that in the mix and just try to equalize your motion. See how I'm coming through? And even though I know that barefooted, I am, my leg is shorter on one side than the other. Okay, so when I'm doing this kind of a mobility work and I'm being very careful, I'm being very measured in my stepping over, stepping back, I'm continually doing a deeper knee bend, and then I straighten the knee as I come up and over. Okay, these are not little movements, all right, especially when you have issues through your shoulders, through your back, through your feet. See, I'm going heel down first. See that? And then I go toe to heel. But the foot that is taking the roll through, which is on the pad, that's where the out of balance situation will come from, is that foot that's on the pad. Yes. So you're getting really good at doing a leg swing through, I call it. Okay. And so if I came into you right now, first thing I would check is, are you breathing? Then I would check your shoulders. Because when you're doing something like this, first thing you want to do is bring those shoulders up around your ears, and that's not what we want to do right now. Then I would check your knee of the foot that's on the pad. Okay? And I would make sure that it was soft the whole way through. Okay? Right there is where you want to lock it. Don't lock it. Heel down, roll through, drop your shoulders. Yeah. And then make sure when you put your foot down that you put it down and it's straight on. See how the ball of the foot is coming down and then down into the heel? That 2-inch drop, which is what the height of that pad is, and then a stepping in from heel toe, and then toe heel is a gentle stretch through the Achilles, through the bottom of the foot. You're putting pressure in the supporting leg. You're starting to feel these muscles wake up. Yeah, just like that. It's just that so many times we don't even think about that. We want, oh, why is she wasting time doing that step through? That's doing nothing. Well, if you have that opinion, that's fine. I sit back in backup classes and watch people drop like flies because they pull something or they've hurt something because they try to do the great big movements without taking care of their foundational foot. And that's what we're doing right now, okay? So once I've done that, I'm gonna step here to the end of now the pad. I'm gonna drop my heels, okay? It's my hands placed on these, on the bar and the chair are very light now, okay? So I'm not pushing hard, but my shoulders are down. Now, once you've done that, I want you to really push your legs pretty straight now, okay? So my heel is dropped, my toes are on the edge, and now I'm pushing my hips forward. And I'm dropping my chin and doing a gentle, not a big one, a hyperextension right there. And then I'm gonna rotate and come back. And then I'm gonna come up into the toe box, and then I'm gonna go into the heels, okay? I'm gonna really push the hips forward, and you should be feeling some sensations of stretching through parts of the calf, okay? Take a big deep breath, and then I'm gonna step off of that pad. I'm gonna move it out of the way, okie dokie. And now I'm gonna put the bar right here. Now I'm gonna use this chair as my base for my motion now. Okay, so now I'm gonna do a move that you should be very used to by now. But here's what I'm gonna encourage you to do. Don't overstretch the heel cords right now. And you could, okay? So what's the position? Knee forward, this leg forward, yeah? My heel is down in the back. I'm dropping my shoulders, and now I'm going to pulse my knee forward. See that? So I'm not just setting on a hard stretch on the Achilles. This is very important. I hope you're able to follow through what I'm doing here. Drop your shoulders. Do you see this pulse? Here's what I'm not doing. I am not bringing my heel off the ground in the back. My heel is down in the front. But I'm pressing the knee forward as I keep my heel down. And when it gets to where it's really stretching, then I pulse back, okay? So this can be a very valuable dynamic move to get a little mobility in through that Achilles and that foot, because that's one of the problems with a plantar fasciitis, Achilles tendonitis, etc. Okay? Now, once I've done this for, 30 seconds to a minute, then I'm going to step back, line it up, drop my shoulders, check my foot position, make sure it's not ducking out like a duck. I'm going to bend the front knee, and I'm not going to bring my heel up, but I'm going to keep the back leg pretty straight, okay? So it's a pulse. A pulse is very different than a bounce. We're not bouncing, okay? So I'm hoping, like everything, that those of you who are coming on this morning and you got a million things to do and you're thinking, oh, not today. I'm telling you that it's some of these foundational moves that are actually aimed at your feet, the foundation of your whole movement experience through the day. I'm hoping this is going to be valuable to you because I'm taking the time to do it. Okay, see how I'm pushing that knee? My heel is down. As soon as I feel it stretching a little too much, then I back off. That's the way I want to do a pulse. I want to go into that to hit the flexibility issue, and then I back off. I move into it, I back off. Take a breath. Drop your shoulders. Yeah. And if you, after you're done with this part of it, you should, your ankles, your foot, everything should feel different. You didn't even think it could happen, but it does. Okay. It's just that so many times we want to rush to do great big moves, as I pointed out, and we forget about these kind of moves that affect our ankle, our foot. And boy, when you have a plantar fasciitis, then you pay attention to that foot. So I'm trying to do it the other way around. Pay attention to it first so that you move better. Okay. Then I'm going to come back up, take a big deep breath. I'm going to use my bar in just a minute. So I hope you have your bar. Okay. Because we're going to do some moves with it. Now I'm going to go lower. I'm going to go into the seat of the chair. Okay. First of all, standing, then at a lean out, and then a little bit even lower than that. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to get my bar. Okay. And I'm going to point my toe down. See that? Then I'm going to point my toe up and bring it up. So use your bar, drop your shoulders, bring it back down, shift, point your toe down. See, what we want to do, when I started into this, I'll bet you, some of you just went ahead and just went up there and tried to get your foot up on the chair real quick. No, point your toe down, drop your shoulders, now bring your toe up and put it down. Okay, we're going to do that 1 or 2 times, not a lot. So right now, ground yourself, get your neutral posture, chin tucked, shift. So now we're putting all that weight into that one leg. Now I'm going to point my toe down. I'm going to bring my knee up as far as I feel I can. And then I'm going to bring the toe up and put it down. Okay? So that's a big move through here. And those of you who have delicate backs might know this. But it is a huge move to bring your knee up to 90 degrees right here at the hip. Point the toe down. Bring it up a little more. Then bring that toe up and put it down. Please, please use a bar, a wall, a bedpost, whatever. That's going to help you stabilize. Then you bring it up and put it down. That is a big move, okay? Then I'm going to put my bar right there, okay? I'm going to put my hands right here on the edge of my chair. Step in. Now I'm going to go to the seat height with my arms, all right? Again, I'm stretching through the Achilles. I'm pushing, 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 bringing that knee right up to the chair, right there, okay? Now, once in that position, stabilize your foot so it's not sliding on you. Then what I want to do is the leg that is in front, that arm on that side, you're going to put your hands flat and you're going to open, 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 open. Keep your shoulders down. Really bring that hand back over the back, okay? Try to keep it straight if possible. And you've got your one hand here, stabilizing, and you're looking behind where the fingers are. See how I'm wiggling my fingers? Okay, right now, drop your shoulders. Drop your shoulders. Hold it. Bring it back. Rock there. Okay, now I'm going to take one big old move. Bring that leg up. And I'm going to slide the other side back. Okay. So here I go back into that Achilles calf situation where I'm stretching it. See that? So my shoulders are down, my chin is tucked. The leg that's in the front, that's the side that you're going to bring the arm back. So you're going to open, 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 open. Drop your shoulder. Take a big breath. Drop your shoulder again. Take a big breath. You can look forward. You can look back. But be aware that just turning your head is going to throw your balance. Okay? And that's all right if you're ready for it. Keep that back leg down. So it's much harder for me to keep my heel down on this side than it was this side. Okay? Just keep pushing it down. Take a big breath. Open, open. Drop your shoulders. Drop your shoulders. Big breath. Big breath. Drop your shoulders. And bring it back. Yes. Bring that leg up. Put those hands right through that chair. And you're going to bring yourself down like you're going to fold. So you're coming right on down, right on down, right on down, right on down. While you're reaching out, you're pushing your butt down. So at this point, whatever you do not flex your back. Keep your back very extended. See how I'm pulsing? So I'm coming up and then I'm sinking as I'm reaching. Come up and then come down as far as you can with your butt. If you have a replaced hip, if you have a replaced knee, it's going to let you know how far you can come down in this very important fold. Take a big breath. Right there. Really push with your arms. Now your shoulders are way up around your ears. And then you come back up. And you should have got to a point where these were screaming. Yes, that's what I want to do. Okay. Now we're going to go wide. Okay. We're going to hold our feet under us. And we're going to go wide with one leg. Because when I say wide, a lot of you, me included, went wide. Correct? No. We're going to go wide with one leg. See that? One leg. I don't care which. But my knee is going to soften here. Because I can't put this thing out here if I don't lower my center of gravity with this leg. Then I can step out and go into a side lunge. See this? So this is down now. Take a big deep breath. See how I'm coming into the stretch right here? Right there, right there, right there, right there. Pull that toe up a little bit. Stretching right there. And then come up. Then you bring that back. Now, if this facilitates you going into this move, then hold your hand on a wall, on a bar, on a chair. But I'm standing here, and now I want to go this way. So I want to step like that. You see that? And if I step like that and my whole body goes over there, then you know what I know? You're not bending here. Okay? I want you to stay right here and take the load here as I bring my leg out to the side. Then when I drop that hip, whoa, and then pull that toe up, keep my chin tucked, and then I'm going to come up and bring it in. And then I'm going to do it again. And I'm going to push my butt back because my center is now focused over my stability side. This is the swingy side. See that? So here's the swingy side. Push your butt back. Stay right here. Okay? Come down as deep as you feel you can and then come up out of that. So you're going to come down until you start to feel stretches right here. Keep that toe coming up. Should be feeling it right here. And then come up. So in essence, what I'm trying to get you to do is a single leg squat. That's what I'm trying to get you to do. Okay? And some of you fight it because you keep wanting to go over on this leg. And I'm saying use this as your balance, but push that butt back. Come on down. Come on down. Pull that toe up. Pull that toe up. Pull that toe up. And then come back up. If you were able to really systematically load over here for just those few times, whoa, are you going to feel it over there? Yay. Now we've got our bar in our hands. This is a great measurement device for your posture. And I talk a lot in here, every class almost, about neutral posture. Okay? So hit your neutral posture. Now, if you really wanted to challenge your balance right now for this next little sequence that I'm going to do, you could do this standing on your pad. If it bothers you to do movement, especially up over your head with both hands, and you don't stabilize yourself with your arm, do not step on this pad. Do not, okay? You do it right here, because we're going to come up over here with our hands. See how I'm coming down behind my head? Then I'm going to come up. All of this movement is going to throw you, okay? So you need to stand just in the floor, just shoulder width. That's all I want you to do. If you're someone who is like, I want to really challenge my balance. Good. Then you can go up here, but you got to keep your knees soft. Keep breathing. Drop your shoulders and be okay with coming and moving up above your head, not using your hands to stabilize you. Okay, so I'm giving you this as a caution. A lot of times we do movements that we haven't thought through. And whatever your situation is, you know, maybe you have a head cold. Maybe you're having some hearing issues. Maybe it's time to get your glasses adjusted. Maybe you're not as strong as you would like to be. Okay? All of those situations contribute to losing your balance. Now, if you want to push your balance, then that's okay. And if you're ready for that, do you see how I'm doing this? I'm not ripping my arms down together. I'm trying to loosen up my shoulders. At the same time, I'm trying to challenge my balance systems. So I'm hanging out here, one arm bent, and then I want to go down as far as I can behind my head with that bar. Keep your knees soft. Take a big deep breath. Come right up here. And then you're going to come down with the other side. See how I'm coming way down there? Keep your chin tucked. Don't take your head way out. Keep that chin tucked. Keep your knees soft. Take a big breath. Hang out here for just a little bit. And then come up. So we've done one, then we've done the other, and we've done it several times. If you're standing on the floor, or if you're standing on the little pad, you need to make sure you're standing on all four corners of your feet. Don't go too much into the toes. Don't go too much into the heels. All four corners. You're going to be moving all over the place. Keep your knees soft. Then I'm going to bring my elbows down. So you notice I said bring your elbows down. I didn't say bring your hands down. So some of you may wonder why I did that. Because see, I can bring my hands down all day long. Okay. I want to keep my wrist neutral. Soften my knees. Drop my shoulders. Now bring the elbows down without pulling my head out of a good position. So come to the top of the head, come down here, okay? Take a big breath. Some of you are going to start screaming through your shoulders. Anytime that you need to step off your pad, step off of it. What would create the need to do that? Because you're not holding neutral spine. You're worried too much about your balance. And you're not thinking about what you're doing here. Then you need to step off. Okay? Take a big breath. I'm going to bring it up here now. Get ready. Okay. Got to keep those wrists straight. Do not bend that head forward. Bring that bar right here. The elbows are coming in close. Then they go out wide, but they don't flare. See this? They don't flare one way or the other. They're coming right down beside your body. Here I am right here. And then I'm going to bring it right down here. Now about this time, some of you are going to be screaming. I know it. That's why I chose to use this bar to do this little move. Okay, turn to the side, turn to the side. So if that starts getting too much for you up here, okay, bring your bar down, turn to the side, turn to the side. That will help ease that tension that you just created, because it should be showing you, oh my goodness, my shoulders, I got to work on, because that was really pushing me. We're going to do it one more time. I'm on the little pad. My knees are soft. Okay. Shoulders are down. Chin is tucked. Anytime you need to, you come into this, or step off that pad. That's perfectly fine. Okie dokie. Ready? So before we go into the next one, we do that whole series one more time. I'm warning you. Yeah, this is shoulder mobility. So we went from the foot, kind of hit the middle, and then we're coming up here to the shoulders. I know. Takes a little time. I understand that. And when you're thinking, oh, I don't have time for this, let me just do a push-up. Let me just do a series of push-ups. Let me just do this. Let me just do that. And you totally don't even address some of the main issues, which is shoulders and feet. Yeah, to work on shoulders and feet, it's going to take core work. So there you go. All right, you ready? Okay, neutral wrist is neutral wrist. That means you're not breaking at the wrist to go in and down, okay? Why am I telling you this? Because that's a cheater move, and that's what slugs do. Busted. I know it. So put your hands right out here like this and see what that feels like. See that? And then go up. Okay. And sometimes we will need to break the wrist and so forth and put pressure there. But right now I want to keep the wrist neutral, because this is about your shoulders. So when I see somebody that does this whole series that I'm going to do right this minute. So first of all, what did we do? We took one arm down, right? Then the other arm down. Okay, learn this move, because this is a very important first move with a bar. The minute that I see somebody doing this and they are breaking at the wrist, I immediately know probably I have somebody with shoulder immobility, okay? And so we have to deal with that first. Okay, soften up your knees. Some of you have locked. Some of you have dropped your chin way down because you're hanging your head out here to not hit the bar. So I'm saying get your ear over your shoulder. That means chin tucked. Got it? See? See? So learn this move. Then after that, we go to the top of the head and we bring the bar under our chin. But look at my elbows. Now I'm going to turn to the side so that you can see. I'm going to do this out so you can see what I'm doing. So when I have my bar under my chin, I'm not doing this. That's flaring. Don't do that. That already tells me you got some shoulder issues. Okay, so right here, my elbows are right here at my side. Then I can come up. My wrists are not going out of neutral. Then I'm going to come down to the back. She's in the cage and she's still barking. Oh, I don't know what to do. See how I'm doing this? My chin is tucked. The bar's coming down here. Look at my elbows. Very important. Okay, come back up and come up and come back down and come up and come under. Okay, so if you're screaming through here, well, this session is for you. Okay, bring the bar down, turn and turn, turn and turn. Yeah, just bring that out, just like that, just like that. Then you do the pendulum. Turn to the side, and you go from side to side with that bar. See that? Back and forth. You keep your chin tucked. Your knees are soft. You are not rounding your back. Everything should be here. Okay, not here now. And then I can stay here for a long time. Okay, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. See that? Big breath. Yeah, make sure you don't hit anything with that rod. But you go back and forth. It's a pendulum. You're not lifting anything. Keep your chin tucked. Stay into all four corners of your feet. You're pushing your butt back. Your knees are soft. Breath. Stay with me. Drop your shoulders. While you're doing this, drop your shoulders. Okay. Come down and then push up. Okay. Now the shoulders are going to come up. Shoulders to the ears. Shoulders back. Bend the elbows. Shoulders down. Like somebody's pushing. Then you round them. Round them, round them, round them. Come up to the ears. Come back. Take a big breath. Down, 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 down. Okay? That's how you do a shoulder roll. You don't just, willy-nilly do it. Okay? You are specific. You're bringing your, and you even hold it here for a little bit. Just really shrug your shoulders way up there, way up there, way up there. Hold it, take breaths, take breaths. Okay, now push back with the shoulders. Elbows are soft. Now push down. Really push down hard. Then roll them forward. And now you open all this shoulder blade area. Open it. You don't do any flexion here. That's very important. And then you come back and down and around. You do that 3 times almost every day. You'll start getting your shoulder issues addressed a little better. Okay? Okay. Here's my chair. I'm going to get down. Okay? That's just where I'm going. If you need to use your pad down on the floor, do it. You don't have to hurt your knee in order to do this. Okay? So we're going to come right here. And we're going to go down. Just like that. Okay? Now, for some of you, that might be very difficult. And for some of you, you need to use your pad. Absolutely. So when you come up from this point right here, so this is mobility. It's not 101, but this is the next step in your mobility. Okay? So I'm going to put the pad under there because some of you have a pad and you definitely should use the pad. And it will help you in this particular movement pattern that we're going to do. It's very important. Okay, I'm on one knee. Okay, I'm going to push down on my hands. That's number one. But when you come up from a kneeling position, you got to not hold your breath. Okay, so take a breath. You're going to push into the toes gently. You're going to press down on the chair, but your shoulders are down, and you're going to exhale. So take a breath, push down into the toe, and lift. Okay, now some of you are going to need to do this several times before you get the sequence correct. You know why? Because you're using every single other muscle except the muscles that I want you to use. How do I know that? Because you're doing this. You're holding your breath and you're going, oh! You're doing that. I don't want you to do that. Okay? Stay with me here. We're only going to do it 1 to 3 times on one side at a time. Okay? So again, just follow my humble instruction. Because I'm telling you, the knee jerk is to do what I just showed you. So drop your shoulders, think, push into the toe, exhale, and push down here, okay? Take a breath, drop your shoulders, and push down into the toe and into the hand and lift. And then come back down. Yeah, take a breath. One more time, here we go. Take a breath and push down, and exhale. And the other place where you push down is this right here, this foot, okay? You probably intuitively got that. So now I'm gonna come up and I'm gonna switch, okay? So I'm gonna push down with my shoulders, breath, exhale, push, and come up. Then I'm going to change position. Okie dokie. So here's the deal. Some of you might think, why is she spending so much time on this ridiculous move? Come right on down to that knee, because it's not a ridiculous move. This is a very important move to master, okay? I've done whole classes on how to stand up and sit down from a chair, because we get in such bad habits. That's just the way it is. Take a breath, drop your shoulders, exhale, get ready. I'm going to push a little into that foot, down there, a lot on my hands and a lot on this leg. Got it? So drop your shoulders, take a breath. You're going to push in those 3 areas, and you're going to bring that knee up. And you're going to go back down, and as you're coming down, keep reminding yourself, drop your shoulders, go into that foot, and use this foot. And you should have a very light landing on your knee. This is core if you do it properly. Take a breath, drop your shoulders, exhale, push, and you're up. And take a breath and exhale as you come down. Should be very light landing. Drop your shoulders, push down on the hands, down on the toe box, and down on this leg in front. Drop your shoulders again, breath up. Take a big breath and come back down. Yay. Bring that leg around, and you're on all fours, and you're on the pad, which is a very good thing. Put your hands in the middle of your chair, the seat of the chair. I have my toes back here. And I hope you're understanding all that work I did with the toe, the stepping over and rolling gently into the heel. This is one of the reasons why I did that. Because if you're barefooted and you're pushing and you're going to go into this next move, you're going to push real hard on those feet. And if it's too much for you, then do this all from a standing position, okay? Just pretend I'm standing and I bend over. You get the idea. Here I go. I'm going to go back into a chair plank position. So my elbows are down, I'm hanging on. I'm going to bring my knees up and come into a chair plank. I'm going to take a big deep breath. I'm going to put one knee down, bring it back. Bring one knee down, bring it back. Take a big deep breath. One knee down, bring it back. One knee down, bring it back. Big breath. Keep your elbows in. Breath. One knee down, bring it back. Now hang out here for just a minute. Now go wide with your feet. Then come in narrow with your feet. Keep tight. Shoulders down. Don't hang your head. Take a breath. Go wide. And then come back in. One more time. Here we go. Wide. Come back in. Bring your knee down. Bring your knee down. I know. It just makes you want to scream, doesn't it? Okay. Push your butt back. Reach out. Drop your forehead to the seat of the chair. Really push. Push, 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 push. When I'm saying push, you're pushing your butt down, but you're reaching out with your hands and shoulders. Take a big deep breath and come back. Okay. Now I'm on all fours. And now I'm going to lay it down. See that? So just to get into this position, you are going to reuse all the muscles that we tried to wake up getting here. So I'm here. I'm going to come back up. And I'm going to go to the other side. Okay, just bear with me, you guys. Just do this. I'm telling you, when you get in this position and you have your shoulders down and hands are right here forward, you are stretching all kinds of places. Then I'm going to go back and I'm going to go to the other side. I'm going to sit down on this hip, drop my shoulders, both hands. Now I'm going to add the upper body before I get into the hamstring work that we're going to do today. Okay, drop your shoulders again. You're on this hip, correct? Bring the elbow back. This elbow is soft. Shoulder is down. We're going to open, okay? So why am I doing it this way? Because I have K in mind. Drop your shoulder again. This is K's fault. Okay, open, 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 open. Drop your shoulder, take big breaths. Take big breaths, take big breaths. Keep your chin tucked and then come back. Okay, now we're going to go to the other hip. That's all we're doing. We're going from here. And see, I can go ahead and come way down here. Turn my chin both ways. You can do that. Or just say, oh, forget that. Let me just do what the basic stuff that she's doing. See here? Now I'm on this side. See that? Shoulder down. Yeah. Elbow soft. Yeah. Then I'm holding myself with this. Shoulder down. Bring the elbow back. Open. Open, open, open. Take a breath. Drop your shoulders. Open. Just hang out here for a few seconds. Then you come back. Then you can swing your legs forward. Do a little, kind of like you're trying to walk on the floor with your legs out. Yeah, there's some real value in doing that. Then I go back. Okay. Rotate, 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 rotate. Tight tummy, drop your shoulders. You can do it a couple of times, okay? You might, really like doing this kind of a scoot type of a thing, see? It just really helps loosen up through your back, through your hips, everything. So you're not going to be able to do that very readily if you keep rounding your back. And if it's very difficult for you to do a 90-degree at your hip, okay, without rounding your back. So in that situation, you're going to have to open back and you're going to have to bend your knees, Okay, so I'm showing you how to do this without doing that straight-legged challenge of the hip scoot. See this? Then I can go back. See, I've showed you modification now. Say I'm open back, my knees are soft, very bent, or I can do it straight-legged, okay? One or the other. This is good moves to do, to loosen up through the backs and the hips. Okay, now I'm ready. Make sure your little balance pad is near you, because some of you struggle with forward head syndrome. If you struggle with forward head syndrome, you will find it very uncomfortable to lay down flat. You just will. So even a 2-inch or even a 1-inch something will really help you to move into a laying down situation. Okay, so I'm going to come here. I'm going to roll to the side. I'm going to roll back. And I'm going to put my feet on my chair. And I'm going to try to keep my knees at 90 degrees. See that? So I'm putting my fingers under my head here so that I can stay straight on and pull my butt in and lift a little and then come back down. Take a big deep breath. Laying flat, drop your shoulders. And breath and lift and exhale. And come back down. Okay? Don't do this fast. It's a squeeze into the gluteals. It's a lift. It's a squeeze, lift up. And then you come down one vertebrae at a time. Yes, it's a rolling kind of a thing, like your spine is a string of pearls. Here we go. Squeeze into the butt. Start to lift. Then the small of the back. Then you go up. Then you come down from the very top all the way down. Take a big deep breath. Now, for some of you, this may be too high. Maybe you need to put your feet in the floor. Because if you were really feeling your hamstrings, then go into the floor, okay? I should have told you that at the get-go. Some of you are going to have a rude awakening. If you've got your feet in your chair and you're doing this properly with your shoulders down, taking a breath, squeezing, lifting, lifting, lifting. Okay, this is a big move for the hamstrings. Some of you need to put your feet just maybe on the little pad and rotate and lift, rotate and down. And you need to get to where you can do these repeatedly with just a gentle hold right at the top and then down. Some of you might need to go to the floor, but this 2 inches is a good way to start to where you can finally get to where you can really push down and lift and be strong enough in those hamstrings so that they don't rebel on you. Okie dokie. Bring one knee in, and go straight up. Bring them down. If that's difficult for you to do, that is very difficult for you to do, then just go one leg at a time and try your best to get those knees over the belly button and just one leg at a time, okay? Feet are in dorsiflexion. And then we're down here. We're going to go point, flex, point, flex. Our hands are open, palm up, shoulders down. Come up, sneak it up there, and sneak it up there. Dorsiflexion. You should have nice stretching sensations right up through the backs of the legs. Big breath. Big breath, big breath. Then one leg at a time. Open that knee out and then extend it. Don't do it straight on to begin with. Bring it back in. Open that leg and extend it. Take a big deep breath, big deep breath. Bring it back in and back in. Okay? Then you can, if you want to, you can go back to this very important move. Squeeze tight here. Okay? Start to lift one vertebrae at a time. If it gets too much, then go to the lower level. Okay? And then come back down. Take a big deep breath. Rotate. You're right here on all fours. We're going to go back up on all fours. Right here. See where we're at. Doing good. So now I'm on all fours. I'm going to go cat camel. Anytime you're in the floor, anytime you're getting down to get something, to pick up something, use it as an opportunity to stay on all fours and go into a big cat, mad cat, and then a camel position with your back. Drop your shoulders and bring your shoulders way up around the upper shoulders. Do it anywhere from 3 to 6 times and hold. Take a big deep breath. Tuck your butt. Shoulders are way to the ears. Bring it back down. Drop your shoulders. Take a big deep breath. Then get to neutral. Then go wide with your toes. Wide. Then push into the toes. Then hold in a lean out position where your elbows are on your knees. Don't come straight up. That is not a smart move to do because you need to equalize. Then you put your hands here and then you come on up. Okay? Take a big deep breath. Now I want you to do a little test. After we did that whole thing. Okay? Get your bar. So I know you got tons of things to do. Get your little bar. Step up on your little pad. And just step through. And then step back. Okay? And how do you feel you're doing now? With your feet, your Achilles. Okay? You should feel a little tiny shakiness, not a lot. Then switch. And just step over. See, this was our entering move. And back. Keep your knees soft, shoulders down. Take a big deep breath. Yeah. When you're coming forward, you're going to go heel down first. Okay? Then take your little bar here. Take your little bar. Bring it right around here. And tuck your chin. Okay? The back part of your head should touch. Between the shoulder blades should touch. And right down through where the coccyx, your tailbone is. Okay? Drop your chin. Take breaths. Take breaths. Then bring that bar out. And walk out of the room. Don't cave on me. Don't cave. Okay, good job.